Your Business with Dr. Elaine is brought to you by Your Business International and Kazambi Law, solicitors and baristas in Jamaica, Toronto, Barbados, and New York.
And welcome to Your Business, our insightful business conversations that are designed to help you grow your business through innovation, collaboration, and global thinking. Now, each week at this hour, we speak to bold innovators who are creating new products and services that are changing the way we live and work. We speak with forward-thinking entrepreneurs who are adding value to our community and creating new pathways for themselves and their customers. And we partner with you to take your products and your services to global markets. And we are on air at WAVS 1170 and online at YourBusinessInternational.com. My name is Elaine Williams-Morgan, and I'm so glad that you decided to join me for this hour of interesting conversation. Now, this week we talk innovation. And innovation is really about change. It is about new approaches to what we do, new products. It's about creativity. It's about new services. And if you're not innovating, perhaps you are stuck somewhere. So we are called upon individually and as businesses to continue to innovate so that we can keep pace with the changes that are taking place around us. And we have online today with us one of those innovators in the person of Mr. Oketo Hailey of COSERF. And at COSERF, they're innovating delivery systems for businesses and individuals, and you won't want to miss this. So we invite you to stay with us as we take this first break on Your Business. We'll be right back with Oketo Hailey and the story of COSERF. We'll be right back.
Your Business International, consulting, training, and marketing services to meet all of your business needs. Contact us at www.yourbusinessinternational.com. Need legal assistance? Kazambi Law, solicitors and baristas in Jamaica, Toronto, Barbados, and New York. Visit www.kazambilaw.com for all of your legal needs.
Welcome back to Your Business. We are here on WAVS 1170 and we are online at YourBusinessInternational.com. Now, before the break, we mentioned that we would be joined by Mr. Oketo Hailey of COSERF. And Oketo is right here with us. Oketo, welcome to the program.
Thanks a lot, Elaine. Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be on the platform to express the business that we have and to basically give inspiring stories to future entrepreneurs that intend to go into business anytime soon.
All right, thank you. Now, before we get into the business, tell me a little bit about Oketo. What drives you?
Well, Oketo is driven by motivate by personal success. We have a team. I have a very strong team around me, and the success of myself is also most times reflected in my team. And once we're winning together, I believe that that is something that drives me to push on, so we can achieve great things together.
Excellent. Now, tell our listeners what business you're in and why you started this business.
Okay, we're in the business of errands and local-based courier solutions where we can pay a bill for someone, we can deliver a package, and we can also assist persons overseas who need support on the ground, like for example, to renew a driver's license or to give do a gift delivery to a loved one. COSERF was started in 2011, and it was started based off my experience being on campus, University of the West Indies. When I was working, I realized that there were always logistic problems getting documents or items on and off the campus. So the idea was birthed during my last year at the University of the West Indies in 2011.
So tell me, were you thinking actively that I want to get into the business or it just came by chance?
Well, to be honest with you, I had no plans of doing that business when I was going to school. It came by chance during the last week of May. The idea came to me, and I realized that, hey, this is something that can work, and I need to give it a try. So I went on the student exchange program to work overseas for about 4 months, so I can gain the startup. So that's where I gained the startup capital to come back home and start the business.
Excellent. Wow. Now, the name of the company is COSERF, and I'm sure you saw me struggling just to pronounce it properly. Tell us about what's in that name. What's in the name?
Well, COSERF, the name is a collection of words that we put together to fuse and to create a word that can possibly become the verb for our services. COSERF stands for the CO stands for coordinated, the S stands for safe, the E stands for expedite, the R stands for reliable, and the F stands for flexible. So similar to how you hear someone says they want to FedEx a package or they're going to Google a word, the intention is that we have the users of COSERF saying that they're co-surfing a package or they're
Cool.
co-surfing a transaction. So that was the idea behind the name.
It's called building a brand. I love it.
Exactly. Building a brand around the name and
Uh-huh.
having the name be having a relationship with the users of the brand.
Absolutely. So whenever I think package in the future, I have to think COSERF it.
Exactly. That's
Wow.
that's the strategy behind the name.
Excellent. I like the thinking. Now, tell us a little bit about your business model.
Okay, our business model. We provide services. We have a special service that we started 2 months ago is a concierge service where persons overseas that need local support within Jamaica to get errands done or to do a transactional job, they can go online, make the request, and they can pay that we execute. We also provide delivery-based logistic solutions to retail stores because in Jamaica there's a lot of retail stores that exist currently that actually move their goods from the stores to the final consumer or the use of the good. And we are basically being a conduit in that process. And we actually have local clients as well in terms of corporate. We have a couple companies that use us on a retainer contract basis. We have the leader mode successors, we have Winley distributors, and we even have a company on the stock exchange, T-Tech. They're
Oh,
into the technology business. So we have a wide array of corporate customers that use our traditional bearer services daily.
excellent. So what's the size of the team that's delivering this service to your clients?
Well, the size of the team that is delivering is 10 persons. We have 10 persons within the team. We have some persons working on a part-time basis. We have persons in the management administration role, and we have full-time bureaus working as well. So the team comprises of 10 individuals who they make up the organizational structure, and they're the breathing, living persons that keeps the machine functioning daily.
I love it. The breathing, living persons who must work with those machines. Now, Oketo,
Exactly.
there are all sorts of bearers riding bikes around the city and across the country. And most large companies have their own bearers. And there are multiple courier services, both local and international services. Why did you think there was a need for your business? And talk to us a little bit about your particular niche.
Okay. I do agree, Elaine, that the market is very competitive. It is one with no barriers to entry whatsoever. A regular guy can just take up a bike tomorrow and say that he's a bearer because there's no level of formality needed to become a bearer. However, we have been in the clutter, and then over years of experience being in the industry, we have seen services that were demanded from current customers or even customers overseas allowed us to basically offer the special request service in a structured way, because that was basically birthed by a customer of ours migrating overseas and wanted to deliver a gift locally. And we realized that finding those little niches, we can basically separate ourselves and we can exist within a space that we can be the master of that space. And similar to the retail space, we have seen that as a niche where we can basically create value within that space for the underserved. Because the average company within the beer industry, the main focus is on the corporate side because that is the more mature market. It has been around for 30 plus years. So we have now basically finding to create pathways for our own.
Well, you are onto something good. So talk to us then a little bit about the competition, the nature and the extent of the competition.
Well, as I said before, there's no level of barrier to entry. So competition is very aggressive. The market is growing daily, and similar to how it's growing, there are persons leaving the industry as fast as persons entering. In order to be competitive or to remain our competitive advantage, we have to constantly be basically going through an evolution process, understanding the market, understanding the trends, see where we're going, and making adjustments to see how we can, each year, we can make the business a going concern and perform better than the previous year.
So you have to be innovating. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, we always have to be innovating, and we always have to be finding smarter processes and smarter ways how to execute. Because for us, man hours is very important.
Yes.
I want to keep a bearer moving 24/7. In my view, and based on our strategy, a bearer should not spend more than 10 minutes at one location. So we have to always be coming up with creative ideas to cut the waiting time and to keep the bearers moving from point A to point B.
All right. Sounds like you're onto something. But we must take the break, friends, and we invite you to stay with us. We are speaking with Oketo Hailey of COSERF, and we take the break here on Your Business. We will be right back. Welcome back to Your Business. We are here on WAVS 1170 and on YourBusinessInternational.com. My name is Elaine Williams Morgan, and my very special guest today is Oketo Hailey of COSERF. And Oketo is talking to us about his innovations with delivery services in Jamaica and indeed across the world. Am I right, Oketo?
Yes, across the road. Anywhere in the world, there's a Jamaican. We are offering our services across that border, and we're getting to them through our support service.
Great. Now, what are some of the achievements that you've had since you started this business? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, achievements. I believe that in terms of this year, we did a lot of positive things this year. We had a full integration of our field management application system. We're the only bureau service within Kingston that has a fully automation process, automated from the initial request to the field manager capturing a signature on the road. So all the bureaus that work for COSERF, they have to have a personal smartphone, and that is how we document all the transactions that we do. Since the start of March, we have phased out the book and paper process because it's very tedious to be capturing information by book and paper. So we have now a fully automated system. We also have a website where there's an online store for persons internationally that seeks to request a service through COSERF. They can go on our website and they can put their information within the special services section. And then after that, we can basically give quotation and we can do the follow-up steps to get the job executed.
So you're making technology work for you?
Our processes.
And you're making technology work for you?
Yes, we believe that a part of growing and a part of our strategy going forward is to make our processes more efficient, because efficiency is key in any business. And because of we're heading towards efficiency, we are investing a lot in our technological processes, because these processes can allow us to minimize the amount of manpower working behind the scenes in office, and it can also give us speed and scale in how we can expand and how we can retrieve information that has been processed by the bureaus in the field.
Okay. Now, for listeners who are hearing this conversation, what are your specific services? Tell us what those services are.
Our specific services. For the special request service for persons overseas, we process public documents like marriage certificate. We get these documents stamped by the various embassies locally. We execute gift deliveries. We can drop off a package. If you need to pick up a barrel from wharf, we can basically give in a request and we can basically execute that picking up from the wharf, because we also have a van. We do local services where we do regular bill payment transactions, package drop off. We even have customers asking us to drop money for a loved one.
Wow.
Last week, someone made a request online and they paid, and we basically pulled the money down and we got the money to the loved one of that person, because the person could not go to the Western Union because they were ill. So there's a wide array of services that we can offer. Once it can be done by a third party, COSERF will get it done and we will COSERF it.
So if I'm in Manchester and I have a barrel in Kingston and I don't want to come to Kingston because I don't like that Kingston trip, you're saying that COSERF would go through the process of clearing that barrel and getting it to me without me leaving my home?
Exactly, Elaine. Once you give us all the information that we need, we will then basically give an assessment of the job based on the time it takes to execute, and we will execute for you.
That is just excellent. And I think this is a service that is going to be in huge demand. I know your service is already, your client base is already growing, but I'm sure this is going to grow even more given all the things that you're offering to your clients. Oketo, talk to us then a little bit about your global reach. What are the markets that you're in and just your overall global reach? Okay,
currently we're physically not in the international markets, but our reach, we have started an ambassador program where we're getting persons in different international countries to become a member of our team to create the awareness of COSERF on the ground for the services. I've started that ambassador process because I'm in fact in Colombia right now.
So you're talking to us from Colombia? What you doing in Colombia, Oketo?
Well, I've been in Colombia since March. I have an assignment through another company to get some marketing work done here. So me being in Colombia, I've reached out to the embassy, the local embassy here, and the local embassy, they have already started to see value in the work that we're doing, because a lot of the issues they had before me, they had no one to execute for them. So since I've been here, I've basically started to create the awareness within the Jamaicans here in Colombia, and we have seen that persons are receptive to the special request solution, and they're seeing it as something that can basically create good value for them, not being in Jamaica but in a different country.
Okay, and if we were to mention some of the countries that you have managed and delivery for people in various countries, what are some of those countries that you would want to mention? Okay. So we have Colombia.
We have Suriname. We have someone in Suriname that they need the replacement driver's license. We have North America, Canada, and one person from Mexico. So those are the 4 different countries that we have basically made our imprint so far in terms of giving the service to somebody overseas.
Okay. And you can do that across the Caribbean and the rest of the world as well. So that's what we're hearing.
Exactly. Anywhere where a Jamaican is, trust me, we can basically get things done for you.
I know we've said Jamaicans, but would you do that service for other persons who are not Jamaicans but may require that service as well?
Yes. We're currently now in the process of executing that service for a foreigner who is going to be married to a Jamaican. So the persons that require this service, they don't have to be Jamaican. And to be frank, we have even executed services for persons who cannot speak the English language, because we have a team basically where we can pull different translators from, and they can assist us in getting the information translated on what these persons want, and then we will retranslate what they need to give us for us to execute. So it's not limited to Jamaicans, it's limited to anyone that needs to have something executed in Jamaica.
You need service, then it's COSERF.
Exactly, COSERF.
All right. So now business is not without challenges. Talk to us a little bit about some of the challenges that you have faced as a businessman, as a young entrepreneur. Tell us about some of those challenges and how you've overcome them, or you're overcoming them, because we know the challenges never end.
Yeah, there's challenges every day. From the first day I started, there was a challenge. Within the first month I started the operations, I lost about 2 bikes. They were stolen. Because when I started, I was investing heavily in transportation machinery.
Mm-hmm.
And then being in the business, over time, I learned what is the best practice to basically execute this type of service.
Mm-hmm.
And challenges will be a part of business. The issue is not about the challenge, it's about how you see the challenge as an educational tool to right size your operation so that you don't make the same mistake again. Because every single challenge that we have made, every single opportunity or challenge that we have faced so far, we have basically find a way out to right size those challenges into opportunities, fix the challenges, and then we can have a learning from that, so that when we're moving forward, we assess not to make the same mistakes again. Because as I said, within the first 2 years, I lost about probably 3 bikes through theft. In terms of the workers as well, the bearers, these guys are rough around the edges. Most guys doing the bearer work, they didn't complete a formal education,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't go through the educational system like me to have an higher understanding of what is expected in a professional space. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to be constantly training the guys. And then the industry itself, in terms of the customers.
Yes.
Customers have a particular perception of a guy on a bike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yes.
And that perception it's unfortunate, but it's not going to change anytime now. So even dealing with customers to create value or to put a value on the service that you have, it is challenging, but we're still, as we go along, we're still reinforcing the value that COSERFs create.
Mm-hmm.
We're not just having a guy riding on a bike from point A to point B. We're basically creating a value, because by using a bearer, you can maximize the time that you have to be more productive on your core business functions or your core professional functions.
And I agree. Let me tap into something you just said about training. Tell me a little bit about the training that you've done for your bearers, and the fact that you have helped them to improve themselves. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, we at COSERF, we have a way of working Bible. Mm-hmm. Whenever a bearer enters the company, we induct them in a very short way of working in terms of how they should work, from being organized in the morning, executing on the job, documented through signature, and how we communicate with the internal customers, which is the staff.
Mm-hmm.
We have done extensive work of having even senior management of a call center company to basically come in and train the guys on customer care. And I remember there's one thing that resonates in my brain. That day when he did the training, he said something to me. He said that, Oketo, sometimes we can't expect the bearers to have the best customer service, because themselves probably never get a good customer service since they've been alive.
Wow.
And when he said that, I was like, whoa.
Yes.
And I realized that there was a power in what he said.
Mm-hmm.
So we do believe in training. We do invest heavily to ensure that the team understands what is expected of them.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we cannot control what a bearer does on the road, but the fact that we allow the bearers to come in our space and learn.
Yes.
We see that as a tool where we can raise the psyche, and there's on-the-job coaching as well. We spend a lot of time speaking off the job about personal things at home,
Yes.
things in the work, so that we can basically keep the guys focused on the plan that we have for the future.
That is impressive. So what I'm hearing, you're not only creating a service that you're offering to businesses and individuals, you are also improving the workers that you have and really adding value to them as individuals.
Exactly, because I don't believe that a guy should just come to work for work's sake, because as I always said to my team, COSERF is a part of your journey. It may not be the end of your journey.
Yes.
And whilst you're living, or once you're working with us, you're meeting politicians, you're meeting justice of the peace, you're meeting doctors, you're meeting lawyers. You don't know who can give you the next opportunity in life. So when you're basically operating on the road, you're not just representing the brand COSERF. You're representing your personal brand, because these persons you're interfacing with, these persons, if they value the effort that you give to their business or to their professional life, whenever there's a need for their service for you, you can go to them as an independent person and they can add value to you in return.
So you're building the business brand, you're building the personal brand. Okay, so let me move on a little bit and ask you, what are the keys to succeeding in this area of business?
Well, the keys to succeeding in the beer industry is, one, understanding the trends of the market. We're in a stage of life now where every single thing is being displayed socially on the internet. And at first, the business was not really savvy in the internet space. And last year we made a decision that if we're going to go that route, we have to launch a website first so we can have an informative tool. So, for example, when Elaine wanted to do an interview, she can go to the website and pick down every information that she wants from COSERF. Yeah?
And that's what I did.
We pride ourselves. Yes, that's what you did. So I didn't have to go through that long profile sheet. Yeah? So we pride ourselves on understanding trends, and we have to understand the personal demands of the customers of the business that we are using. Like, for example, we know that government processes are getting more and more efficient. And if government processes are getting more and more efficient, that means that corporate companies might need a bearer less and less as we go along. Because a lot of payments are migrating online to online platforms through credit cards. So we have to basically observe trends and find different niches and ways where we can basically remain a going concern, and we can find a way to survive. Hence, we are shifting our focus to the retail segment of the market for the future.
Okay. All right. We have to take another break, but we are on Your Business. We are speaking to Oketo Hailey of COSERF. We take the break, listeners. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Your Business. My name is Elaine Williams Morgan, and my very special guest is Oketo Hailey of COSERF. You see, I have it all right. And
that's how it goes. Eh?
And Oketo is really sharing his story of business ownership, of innovation, of growth, of training. And I am so impressed with what you have done and you're doing. And we want to just continue this conversation. We're going to be wrapping up quickly, but I do have a few more questions for you. It's not just enough, Oketo, for businesses to innovate, but it is also important for businesses to be sustainable. Talk to me a little bit about how you have built sustainability into your business model so that you can be around for the long haul.
Okay. So we started the campaign of sustainability this year after we did an analysis last year, and we looked at all the issues that we had in terms of the expenses. And then the first thing that came to mind with the team was that we have to integrate technology in our operations so that we can be more efficient in terms of manpower executing on the road or within office. So We have started that process. It's 85% completed in terms of having technological innovative integration in terms of having the field management app, the online platforms of job request. Second thing that I believe that we have leveraged on is basically finding at headquarters where we can scale from with space. Yeah, because whenever we have long-term plans for retail, and we already have plans how to scale once we put retail on board. And the scale doesn't include human resource; it includes something different. But I can't divulge much in that because we're trying to get our quota of retail customers on board first, and we also see the need to basically increase the amount of ambassadors we have so we can create the awareness online. There's a lot of persons using their phones these days, and why not use your phone and get paid for doing a service that you can work on your own time?
Yes.
Hence, we came up with the idea of having retail ambassadors because they now can influence persons within their circle and scope to basically use COSERF, and they can be paid by doing that.
All right. And I know you don't want to give away your business secrets, but I want to hear a little bit about your growth strategies and how you plan to dominate your business segment. You mentioned it, but tell us a little bit more about that and about your ambassadors in your key international markets without giving away your business secrets.
As I said earlier, I'm trying to be political right here. Please bear with me. This is my PJ moment. One of the things that we're doing is that we're trying to have as much in-field navigation by having ambassadors and social navigation, because we all know that someone can be in Jamaica and influence how someone in New York thinks, react, or how they consume a product.
Yes.
So we have seen the power of the social influencers, and we're trying to use that space to navigate, especially from the special requests platform, where we are trying to create our service value for international clients. So that is the emphasis in how we plan to get potential users on board, and basically channel our growth strategy so that we can expand our footprint in other markets.
Good going. Good going. And I wish you all the best with those growth strategies that you have there. Now, we spoke a little bit about sustainability and the fact that you must be sustainable, but it's also important that you're making money. What are your financials like? Are you making money from this business? Are you making lots of money from this business? Talk to us a little bit about the money, because without the money, you can't stay in the business.
Well, that is true, but I don't know what is lots of money. Lots of money can be relative. Yeah?
Absolutely,
it's all dependent on your expenses and what you have to do as a business. Yeah? As it is right now, we are investing heavily. Yeah, we're in the stage of, it's like we're starting a new business all over again. So we're in the heavy investment stage for this year, and we presume that the investments that we were making this year, they're going to pay off within the short term, which is a 2-year period. So we're currently investing heavily. I won't say we're making lots of money, but we're doing a lot of investments for the future.
And where's that money coming from for the investment? Is it money that you're making and turning back into the business, or is it that you're being financed by whatever means?
Currently, we're being financed by the directors of the company. We're self-financed currently at this stage. However, based on how we're trending and how we intend to expand, because the aim is to expand across Jamaica by next year, after we achieve the targets within Kingston and St. Andrew, we'll assess to see if we will be taking on external investors with cash injection, or we will go to the bank route to get a loan so that we can basically pump further cash within the business to basically fund the island-wide execution. Because all we envision the business is that every single major town in Jamaica, we want COSERF bikers to be operating within those towns. We might not need an office, but once our technological platform is in tuned, we can have persons working outposts from anywhere in Jamaica. Once they have the app on their phone, they can be and we have a payment structure in terms of bank accounts, we can channel payments there and we can channel job executions there.
Great. Now, do you believe enough is being done to support entrepreneurs like yourself? And in what specific areas you think more support might be needed?
Well, for me, I believe that there's a twofold way of looking on things. I read an article last week on the Gleaner. It said that Jamaica is one of the best places to do business. And I firmly believe that that is true. I've traveled a lot. And the red tape processes in starting a business in Jamaica is less than a lot of other countries. Secondly, as an entrepreneur, your main responsibility is to solve problems. Yeah? If you're an entrepreneur and you want to start a business and there's no funding, it is your responsibility to find a way how to get the funding, whether through loans, family loans, or personal cash injection. Because if you tell yourself that you're an entrepreneur and you cannot solve the basic problems to start the business or get your idea up and running, you have already failed. What I do believe that we need more incubator programs locally in Jamaica where we can have successful entrepreneurs mentoring up and coming young individuals with bright ideas. Because like most entrepreneurs like myself, we work until we find a formula that works. So we work and we fail about 15, 20 times. Yeah. When we find a formula that works, that's the winning formula that we use until it has to be tweaked again. Yeah?
Okay, I like that. You work and you fail about 20 times?
Yes. Until you find a formula that works for your business and works for you.
I like that because there's a huge message in that, Oketo.
Exactly, because to be honest with you, this business we have failed a lot of times. We have done a lot of things wrong.
But you're still up and running.
But based on those wrongs that we made in the past, those wrongs are corrected, and it now allows us to have the structure that we have. Because I believe that in terms of having a structure, we have one of the best structures locally in terms of how we are operating, and we're always thinking forward. So the learnings from the past allowed us to get here.
Excellent.
So more mentorship for me. If I had more mentorship, I'll be in a much better situation. However, I know that whenever we get all our problems out of the way and we right-size operations to a point where we can basically be financially viable, as we know we are going to be, we can start mentor other up-and-coming entrepreneurs so that they can benefit from our experience.
I will talk to you some more about that mentorship. But let me ask you this. What would you say to a young man or a young woman who is listening to this program with a great business idea, but perhaps not the money, perhaps not the courage to start their business?
Well, first and foremost, if you're an entrepreneur, the first thing you have to do is believe in your dream. Remember this, that whenever you're starting a business, when I left University of the West Indies and I said I was going to start my business, my family made wind of the idea when I was in New York. Before I came home, my grandfather phoned home, "Hey, Oketo's going to start a business when he gets back home. He's not going to work." And a lot of persons think I was going mad.
Usually.
Usually. Everybody say, "Oh, he's mad, he's crazy. What is he doing with his life?"
Yes.
The first thing that you have to do is believe in your dream, because the dream that you have for your organization to add value for others, no one else will believe in the dream unless you're believing in that dream. So the first thing you need to do as an entrepreneur is to believe in your dream. Similar to how Elaine is believing in your business, and she has that dream of where your business will be, and she's injecting her time and energy in your business.
Yes.
Anybody that wants to go into business, you have to believe in yourself and be confident. If you're not confident, probably it's not for you. But entrepreneurship is not for everyone. The reality is that every leader in life, you need leaders and you need followers. Yeah. If you have everyone trying to lead, you're gonna have chaos. Yeah. Some persons have to be willing to play the employee role because that's where they're best suited. And others have to know that they're going to be the employer because they're more suited leading.
Yes.
Because not everybody wants the stress of being a leader.
Wow. Powerful. That's why I tell you it's powerful. What are your final words of inspiration that you would want to leave with our audience, young, old everybody?
Generally, I believe that one thing in life that you're never in a position where you ever stop learning. Right now, I'm learning a new language. When I speak on the road, people laugh every day. But for me,
What are
that's
you
why I learn.
speaking?
Yeah.
What
So
are you speaking,
when I try
Oketo?
to speak Spanish, people laugh every day. But for me, I'm learning. I learn one word every single day, and I learn by making mistakes. So in life, you have to be willing to learn, you have to be willing to adapt, and you have to be willing to take on the changes and the challenges that exist. Because that's how you can grow as a person. And every single challenge allows you to learn and grow. And once you're living, you have to be open-minded as well to take on any additional new way of living or a challenge. Because as I said before, when I travel, I see persons living in a different way of life than Jamaicans. I see persons in Panama City, they're paid to walk a dog. In Jamaica, a man might not want to do that because of the social, the social
And
status or
cultural,
how we view
yes.
things socially. Exactly. So different customs allow you to think differently, and traveling allow you to grow and learn, but you have to always be willing to accept different things as you go along in this journey of life.
Thank you. Thank you, Oketo. But before you go, for our listeners who are hearing you across the globe and who would like to access your service, what would you say to them? How we can reach you? How we can use the services that you're offering?
Okay. It's easy. It's quite simple. COSERF is on all social media platforms, even Google. If you Google COSERF, you see our website it pops up on your web browser. You can go on the services section, click on special requests, input whatever service that you need to be done executed locally. Within a 2-day period, we send you a quotation with the cost of the job and all the requirements that we need from you to execute locally. And then after you pay, we go live with the executions locally, and then we give periodic feedback in terms of how the job is being done. Yeah, so there's no hassle working with us. Once you engage us, you don't have to worry about whether we're doing it, whether we know what we're doing, because we have been around for 6+ years, and we have knowledge of the local government agencies and even some of the private stores or the private sector agencies that Jamaicans might be interfacing with to get things done locally. And anything that we don't know, we'll find out the process and we'll inform you how it is done.
A man of determination. Thank you so much, Oketo Hailey. Thank you so much for joining me for this edition of Your Business. I literally got so much from just listening to you speak about how you started your business, how you dealt with your challenges, how you defied the odds, how you didn't listen to anybody who thought you were crazy, and how you simply moved forward and continued to move forward with your business. I am inspired, and I am certain that many of those who are listening to us today are equally inspired. Thank you so much, Oketo Hailey, for joining me and for sharing your story and the story of COSERF. Thank you, listeners, for staying with us for the hour. Join me again next time for another inspirational story of innovation, business ownership, and leadership. My name is Elaine Williams Morgan. Join me again next time for more of Your Business on YourBusinessInternational.com and at WAVS 1170.
Your Business with Dr. Elaine, a Nex-G media production, was brought to you by Kazambi Law, solicitors and baristas in Jamaica, Toronto, Barbados, and New York, and Your Business International. Your Business International, consulting, training, and marketing services to meet all of your business needs. Contact us at www.yourbusinessinternational.com. Need legal assistance? Kazambi Law, solicitors and baristas in Jamaica, Toronto, Barbados, and New York. Visit www.kazambilaw.com for all of your legal needs.